and have fun.
You're gonna need it.
So, and I already took music history in college, so I know about music from way back till now.
They're attacking our cute little probes. Not the probes.
My life for ire. Ula Sadar. My meditation. Na Adan Atu. We stand. Command me. Gassar de Templari. My life for ire. Justice be done. Honor guides me. We are my meditation. We stand, command me. Just Orin Shisal. Ayon and Taram Tasaka. Na Adan Atu.
I am here in the shadows.
Ula
I am the voice of the others. Very well. Come. You require my skill.
Orin Shisal.
Stay.
Glory to the Daylong.
Veraku.
Not the probes.
We are one with
We serve with pride. Ire shall be slain. Najakar.
Base is under attack.
Let your will be with us.
Prismatic core online.
are of one mind.
Zack.
Combat away.
Phase crystal charged.
Where shall we march? Najakar, Nina. Yes, Executor. We serve.
Direct my vengeance.
I am here in the shadows. Let our enemy know our fury. It shall be as you say.
We are at full power.
I am the heart of darkness. State thy bidding.
Genetic matrix. Zack Naku, we are the blades of iron. Command me.
You require my skills. We are one with the shadow.
Discuss.
You require my...
We stand as one. Phase.
Najakar.
Shadow of the light. We are at
Where shall we march?
direct my vengeance. Vengeance is out.
Hey! They're attacking our base!
I am here.
Mineral field depleted.
You require my skills. I am the voice of the...
The minerals have up and gone.
Dimensional strings attuned. The stars align.
Now mark high.
Mineral field depleted.
State thy bidding.
We seek justice.
Cold is the void.
The Golden Armada waits. Vengeance.
Let our enemy know our
Hey!
fury.
They're attacking our base!
We fear no one. The Golden Armada awaits. Storm is brewing.
I am here in the shadows.
finished learning.
Direct my vengeance.
I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows.
An Aerodine Rashagar.
Our charge.
I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows.
The minerals have...
I am here in the shadows.
And they're out of here. Research complete.
What happened, bro? Played it well, though. But I'm smarter.
Cold is the void.
Vengeance is ours. Glory! You seek
No GG? How dare you, no GG? Yeah, he got triggered on that one and was like, oh, I'm out. Fuck this. And there's more cannons and better. I'm out. And the sockers are there, and I lost my marines at the bottom.
We are one with the shadow.
But he played it well, though. He played it well. Give him that. So explain what happened. So pylon. Good luck, have fun, but no GG. Sounds about right. Alright, so he scouted really quick already. That's a good thing on his part. Pylon right there. And he feels like he could figure it out. And I think what he thought is like, oh, I think he's only got one probe, so I think I stopped him from cannon rushing. So I have to keep this alive for a little while till I get my other probe over there. And you don't want to go in until you have enough for 2 cannons and almost a gateway. That's very important that you don't go in there before you make it. So you got to have like 400 and like about 400 resources saved up. As you can see, I'm at 280. So 340, I'm already flinching. I'm like ready to go. I'm like, come on, come on, come on. 430. All right, let's move out. So that's gonna give me 2 cannons and then quickly a gateway. The reason why you do that is because if he sees 2 cannons up already, he's gonna move his SCV sometimes all the way over here. And if you do it when you don't have the extra 150 for the gateway, guess what? He's gonna come in and he's gonna surround this. And you only have enough time to make a pylon, and sometimes maybe that might work, but most of the time that might not be enough. You might lose a cannon, and gets a little hectic. So he said, oh, okay, I just need a bunker, that's all. So he's getting his bunker, and that's a good spot too, because that's gonna keep me from, but I think the better spot is over here. I think the better spot is over here. And if he wanted to, what he could do, what I would do is make a bunker here, and then I would it would be right outside the range of the cannon, and I'll get a Marauder. Marauders have a bigger range than Protoss probes, so than Marines technically. So by having a Marauder here, he would shoot far enough to kill the probe or slow it down. So that's the good part about bunkering up at a good spot right here with the Marauder. But yeah, he was going for the Cyclone play. So I went over here to check if this was a factory. It wasn't. So that's already giving me time. And then I blocked this area. The reason why I blocked this area is just to make sure that the SCVs can't just fully surround this bunker. And I could snipe some SCVs if I have to at worst case scenario. But he couldn't get this up. Okay. So now you got that bunker getting taken out. Now he lost his supply depot, but he made the other one. Or did he? No, he didn't make the second supply depot. Oof. That's the thing about this. You normally you can start making it here, but you could really make it over here. That way you can cancel this one, but you could only use it as a wall so they can't come in. But basically, you're supposed to make another supply depot in the back at least. And with my probe, you could see the Marines, and then you saw that it was 2 barrackses. So what that means is that he's going to get 4 Marines, and he's going to try to just run in real quick and take out the probe. Taking out that probe in a run by will be able to be enough time to not get hit and lose too much Marines. But once you kill the probe, I can't go up there. But that's why I'm getting a Zealot. And the Zealot is very important. I got to get that Zealot so I can replace the probe before he gets too many Marines to just be able to snipe it. See how he wanted to come in? He kind of wanted to run and just kill that probe. He couldn't right there, so he pulled back. And guess what? He might try it again, but now I have a Zealot. He's like, oh shoot, that's not a probe. That's not a probe. He tried though. And so right now my cybernetics core, I forgot my cybernetics core because I was so busy making sure the probe doesn't die to the Marines that were there. So I had to delay it a little bit because of that. So I made my cyb. Because I made my cyb, I had to get an extra Zealot. And the reason why I got an extra Zealot is in case these Marines kill this Zealot by trying to get the vision, because I need the vision. And then I made another cannon just in case, because I was making that cannon in case he was going for a very heavy Marine, and he, in case my Zealots died before I could actually get pressure, and then he kills my cannons, and then runs down to try to kill all the rest. Because of that, I had to make a cannon there just in case to hold that front down, even if I lost this. So there goes the Zealot, holding position. And now that I get my cybernetics core, I make my battery shield. And I saw it was a Widow Mine. Well, since I have 2 Zealots right now and I'm making a Stalker, I'm gonna go and see if I can kill the Marines with the splash. I don't think I did a good job on it, but I went for that run by Widow Mine splash. It didn't produce much fruit. It almost did, but yeah, not enough. Not enough sacrifice. But yeah, that was the goal, to try to eliminate some Marines, because I don't need the Zealot as bad as, as he would need his Marine count. And now I have the other Zealot. And the Stalker's going to push off the Marines that were going to be right here if he need to. But you need the Stalker. You always want to get a Stalker, and you want to get a Void Raid, and you want to, what I've been trying to do is get some units, some extra Stalkers, just to kind of go back and defend this base. Because this base is going to get hit by a couple things. It's going to hit by Reaper, or it's going to get hit by Liberator. And because your stuff is in the natural, you know, it's gonna be a little hard to spend your money and put your money over at your main. So he's going in with 2 Reapers. And then I'm already making a Void Raid, because you need the Void Raid for the high ground vision, so that, you know, your Adept doesn't die, your Stalker, your Zealot have to go back home. You gotta check that. So he's coming in. And then I recall my Zealot and my Stalker, which is why you make a Stalker. That's gonna push him away. Then he wanted to push in, right? And he wanted to push in by having a Liberator zone here, so that I can't get in there. But that's why I make an Adept. The Adept is so you can shade in and get that high ground vision through the shadows. See that? So now we have the Void Raid now. We don't need the Adept anymore. But that little bit of time could be enough for them to kill the cannons. So that's why the Adept is important. So what he was thinking is that he was able to go and create some harass over here, force the army over, and then I wouldn't have anything and I'll just lose my cannons. But I already have that game plan, and the Adept is there for that purpose until my Void Raid comes. Once that Void Raid's there, should give me enough time for this Fleet Beacon to go up. And I'm already making the Nexus here. So now the Void Raid's got the high ground vision. We don't need, you know, the Adept anymore. So now he's gonna use the Liberator. Now when I go over there with the Adept, what the Adept is supposed to do now is go scout. It shades in every once in a while just to see what is he making, what's on the menu. So it's very important to use those shades. So here I am right there, just scouting around, seeing how many does he have of Cyclones. You know, what is his starport up? Does he have a reactor? Is it a tech lab? You know, all these things are very important. You know, getting a good scope, and that's what the Adept does for me. So now comes the Liberator. Oop. Battery shield on point. Cannon in the back. The F2. That's just my F2. But I always have to pull them back.
Now you have my attention.
So now he's trying to go on this side. My F2 again. I gotta pull him back. That's a minor command, but it's not an end all. The battery shields are supposed to help you stall. Now the mag field is very strong. You gotta respect the mag field. And the way I do that is, the mag field is so that they can actually kill off your Tempest, your Tempest, and then they get the Vikings, and the Vikings will kill them. The only thing is that I have a playstyle that's different than people, but they look like others. They look like a Tempest Rush, right? Like one of those normal Tempest all-ins that you see often. But mine wasn't designed for that. Mine was designed a little bit different. Mine was designed to macro behind it and have a follow-up. So as I'm shading in, getting intel, I know that it's going to be Vikings, and I know it's going to be Cyclones. So with that being in mind, he thinks I'm coming into his base. I'm not going to let him come to me, and then he's not going to come. I'm not going to go to him. I'm just going to stay in my area and not get too risky, because his intention is like, okay, he's gonna come to me and I'll be able to ready and snipe him when he does. The Tempest, they'll die too quick if you try to go over to their base and you move out of your position. They'll snipe them very quickly. So you only have like a little bit of ways to kind of like poke at them, or else you'll lose your stuff really quickly. So I had to make sure I got cannons and more battery shields right now because I saw a lot of Vikings. Because I saw a lot of Vikings, I need some DPS at the low ground so that they can hit the Vikings if they try to chase my Tempest. That's the reason why I also get battery shields, so I can run back to my battery shields while the cannons are shooting them. Now this area, don't expect to hold it. It's already planned to be broken. That's the reason why I build back here. The reason why I build back here is because this is the area where the tanks can't reach. A tank right here could only reach up to like right here. And because of that, this is expendable. This is not expendable. This is something I need to keep alive. But because I didn't see tanks, I decided to make more cannons around this area because the tanks aren't here, or else he would already make tanks. But instead, he's not going to make tanks. He's going to go Cyclone and he's going to go Vikings. And then I already have a stalker going back and forth to be able to tell me if there's something coming or not, because we already expect an expansion coming up soon. Because that's just what they try to do at times, especially if they're trying to survive. They're going to want to expand. And technically, if you don't scout that they expanded, that's going to be harder on you. But if you expand, if they already know that they expanded, it's not going to be easy for them to keep it. Or they're going to have to go with the Vikings and land and attack. You know, I do like the fact that he used the medevac to try to like protect this area. So I saw the Reapers. I know he wants to go over to my base again and harass. Or he's scouting. He's scouting the corners. He's like, I know he has another base. Where is it? So then you got the Revelation. The Revelation helps me just go in there and pick him off. The reason why I want to pick him off a little bit is just to keep him in his base. Make him not too comfortable. If he thinks I'm aggressive on him, he's gonna want to like keep most of his stuff at home just in case. So I don't want to like a medevac drop or a Widowmine drop go into my base. You know, even though I recall most of my workers over to the main base over here. And the reason why I recall them is because at about a certain time they're gonna come in with like a medevac drop or something. Or even Vikings. They'll land Vikings over here and try to do some harass and try to keep the Cyclones here to contain the Tempest. So you got that you have to watch out for. So I sent these Stalkers over. I Revelate and just start poking a little bit. And there goes my rallied Protoss Stalker, found the command center. And he wanted to just start mining and mining right now. But now that I found it, I have to attack him real quick. Not much, just poke him, because I know the Vikings are going to get comfortable and come down here and try to like push away my Stalker that's killing his SCVs. And that's going to happen. He's going to come down and defend it, which is, I kind of expect that. And so it's the reason why I decided to push forward a little bit. I'm like, hey, don't leave with the Vikings or else I'm going to keep hitting you when you're out of position. But instead of that, he actually sent his medevac, which was really good on his play. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. So that now we got this part, right? We got the medevac. We got the Marines holding it down. And that's the reason why I'm going Blink Stalkers. So Blink Stalkers are really good to counter the Vikings and to counter the Cyclones. Because what you do is you counter the Vikings by blinking away if in danger. But if he lifts back up, you blink right on top of him. Cyclones, if they lock on, you blink and move out. And that'll cancel the lock on. Which will help me deal with the lockout on the Cyclones. So that's why the Blink Stalkers are important. They counter the Vikings and the Cyclones. Now, if you get too close, like I said, you can lose your Tempest pretty quick. But like I said, that's what the cannons are for. He wants to come in and just start using his Viking counts to kill off the Tempest. But it's not just batteries here, it's batteries and cannons, which means that he can't go further. He'll get shot with the cannons, so that's not a good thing for him. He's like, shit, okay, I'll back off. And you know, my warp gate's gonna kick in. I see that he's got his Marines here, so I'm like, okay, he's got a decent amount of Marines, and I gotta make sure I have enough Stalkers to deal with that with Blink Stalkers. So I'm starting to make Stalkers right now. I'm starting to make enough Stalkers to go over there and deny this right here while I keep the pressure over here. And then I go for a Revelation. I already made a stasis trap. The stasis trap is gonna be when he decides to just go gung-ho to my main area and try to break all this. So that's why I use the stasis traps, you know, for that. Now I was gonna go with the Tempest and the Stalkers over to this side because it would be able to help me deal with the Marine medevac kind of play. At the same time, I have the stasis trap here if I need to, and cannons. So if he gets too dicey, I have a little bit of follow-up on the Cyclone play. If he tries to run down with the Cyclones, try to do something. If he's trying to go with the Vikings over to this side to protect, my Stalkers will be able to guard the Tempest from dying. Or he loses all his Vikings while I lose my Tempest, so it's an even trade. But my Blink Stalkers are going to counter his Cyclones. And then my Blink Stalkers should be able to deal with the Marines and the medevac. But because I killed all those Marines, I didn't need to send my Tempest anymore. Because I killed all those Marines. I'm like, well, you don't have those Marines anymore. I'm good. I have the count. So now he's running down the ramp. And like I said, that's what the stasis trap is for. And now he's got to deal with the cannons right here, the battery shields, and a whole lot of Stalker play. Because now it's going to be just Stalkers. And he's going to have to find a better way to, like, keep himself safe. Got him. GG.